You open your phone for 2 minutes and somehow end up feeling worse about your entire life. Someone got promoted. Someone got engaged. Someone bought a house. Someone is traveling. Your brain takes all of that and holds it up against your own life like a measuring stick. And your life comes up short. You are not insecure. You are not petty. You are not broken. You are human. There are 5 very specific psychological reasons. Your brain does this automatically. Reason 1. Your brain was built to compare. Psychologist Leon Festinger developed social comparison theory in 1954. Humans naturally evaluate themselves by comparing to others, not because we are weak, but because comparison is how the brain gathers information. In small tribes, this made evolutionary sense. The brain that compared effectively was the brain that made better decisions. But that same ancient mechanism now runs inside a smartphone connected to 3 billion people. Your brain is doing what it was always designed to do. It just has far too much material to work with. Reason 2. You always compare your inside to someone else's outside. Think about the last person you compared yourself to. What did you actually see? You did not see their anxiety at 2 a.m. You did not see their debt. You did not see the 15 photos before that one. That comparison was never fair, and it was never accurate. Reason 3. Social media is specifically engineered to trigger comparison. Variable reward schedules, the same psychological mechanism behind slot machines, keep you scrolling. Your comparison instinct is not a weakness being exploited. It is a feature being deliberately activated. Reason 4. You compare your beginning to someone else's middle. Someone 10 years into their career looks different from someone just starting. You are not behind them. You are simply at a different point on a completely different path. Reason 5. Comparison temporarily fills an unmet need. When you consistently compare yourself to people who have something specific, that comparison is your brain pointing at an unmet desire. The comparison feels painful, not because the other person has something, but because you have not yet given yourself permission to want it clearly. The moment you acknowledge the desire and take one step toward it, the comparison loses most of its power. You are not going to stop comparing. Your brain was built to compare, but you can change what comparison means to you. The next time comparison hits, ask yourself one question. What is this actually pointing me toward? Because underneath almost every painful comparison is a desire your brain is trying to show you. And desires are not something to be ashamed of. They are something to be listened to. If this helped you understand your own mind better, subscribe to Psy Tactics for more psychology explained simply.